Brad Underwood got his big fish. Andrej Stojakovic is an Illini. We have the video update on that from yesterday. Live reaction to Andre's commitment, his announcement to Illinois. But there's been a lot of moving parts since this commitment, and we're going to have a lot more content on Illinois basketball as a whole today. There's smoke that Benham Rickhouse may return. We had Mihailo Petrovic and David Mirkovic playing head-to-head yesterday, so you can go watch videos on those, breakdowns of those. But first, there's a quote from Andrej Stojakovic that he gave in his commitment to Illinois that I'd like to come back to. And I'm referencing a Jeff Borzello tweet on this, but I believe it may have been Gavoni that was the first to tweet this. Andrej Stojakovic told sources when he committed to Illinois, quote, "They really believe I'm the missing piece to what they think is a national championship team. I'm the missing piece to a national championship team." The insinuation of Andrej Stojakovic to Illinois. Do you think whoever said that is right?
No, with all due respect, no. I love the aspirations. I love the confidence. I actually like this Illinois team and roster. But I think we're letting I'm about to butcher this. We're letting the eggs come before the hen or the chicken. The shits are hatching before you cook the omelet. I don't know. Something involving that. We're counting our eggs before the chicken comes. What is it, G?
Do you know how chickens work?
Yeah, they birth eggs.
They do.
Right. So we're counting our chickens before we count our eggs. That's what's happening right now. But I'm glad that there's dreams being sold in Champaign, because you should aspire to win a national championship. You should. And it obviously is a sell if you're telling a kid that he's a missing piece to a national championship team, whether it's true or not. I like the angle. Now, how do you say that in Slovenian?
I'll let you figure that out. So, okay, two sides to this, which you kind of already spoke to. Side number one, is this accurate? Side number two, do we like that as a pitch to a player? I want to speak on side number two first. Love this as a pitch to a player. If Brad Underwood and his staff are telling priority recruits, hey, you are the missing piece to a national championship, I love that pitch. It's a great pitch. It is the pitch that Illinois should be making. Illinois should measure themselves by championships. Illinois, under Brad Underwood, has been a program that has been atop their conference for very long. And if you're atop the Big Ten, I understand the conference hasn't done it in forever, but this is an old John Beelineism. If you're winning the Big Ten, you should feel you can win the national championship. It's true. Now, skeptics would point to the fact that Illinois currently isn't atop the Big Ten, right? And also maybe they would point to Brad Underwood's record in March and the fact that he's made one second weekend in his career as maybe, whoa, 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 slow down. But the point is this. This should be the pitch. This staff with Orlando Antigua and the other assistants and Brad Underwood and donors behind them and their overseas roots and the way that they're just assembling rosters right now should be focused on national championships. I fully believe that that pitch worked. It's part of why they got Andrej Stojakovic. And by the way, I didn't want to pull this out and do a separate video on it. I'm sure the comments, maybe some people will disagree. The reports on this, like on record, the reports here from Travis Branham are that Illinois got outbid for Andrej Stojakovic. So whatever pitch they made resonated here so much that he took less money to come to Illinois than Stanford. Stanford outbid Illinois for Andrej. And credit to Illinois for whatever pitch they made. It was this pitch. It was, hey, come win a national championship. You are the piece. And guess what? Stanford can't make that pitch. So kudos to the staff. Kudos to Brad Underwood. You did what you need to do. The other side of this is that this isn't real.
What? Oh, this didn't happen?
No, it happened. It's not accurate.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
We love that. We want our coaches to fib a little bit when they need to get players.
Yeah. Wait a minute. He could have got more money to go to Stanford?
That's what Travis Branham reported yesterday, yes.
Okay. It's not this video, but I have thoughts.
Now we need to do a separate video on this.
No, actually, we don't. That's crazy, and I love Illinois. I'm actually no. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows how I inherently am. I'd go play in Kazakhstan if that was the highest offer. So,
For what it's worth, the
um,
numbers being thrown around with Illinois are not lowball offers. So if Stanford did outbid them, it's an impressive statement from Stanford. This is not Illinois like we're stopping with Dame Sar. Illinois put the money up for Andre, and it just sounds like Stanford had a little bit more to give, which is crazy objectively. We interrupt this sleepers video to tell you about an offer from Underdog Fantasy. Cart, you love Underdog Fantasy, correct?
of course I do. Can I have a moment real quick?
Please. Thank you for that. In fact, I'm going to cut you off because our listeners like when we keep these short and sweet. Underdog Fantasy. Sign up as a new user. Use promo code SLEEPERS. Get bonus funds up to $1,000, 50% of your deposit match. The NBA playoffs are rocking right now. I played Underdog last week with a Cade Cunningham line. I'm looking forward to doing it throughout the entire first round of the NBA playoffs, but there's more. You can place picks on golf. You can place picks on baseball. You can place picks on the NHL playoffs that are rocking right now. Join Underdog Fantasy, promo code SLEEPERS. Support this show so that we can keep bringing videos to you. Back to the video. Like,
Yeah, that is
how is Stanford outbidding?
good on Stanford, man. Got on the list, got the largest bid, didn't get the player. They did exactly what they needed to do.
They got the good PR while North Carolina was also along for the ride.
Yeah, and there's a little North Carolina. Hey, North Carolina.
Yeah, always fun. Also, this whole story with Branham's reporting at the end of it solidifies my suspicions, by the way, that if Illinois was the highest bidder, they would have had him immediately.
Hmm.
They weren't. He was being shopped, and they had to close the recruitment.
So he wanted to commit, and the agent's like, wait a minute. There's some trees over there on the West Coast that'll give us 500,000 more.
Allegedly, yes.
Allegedly, sorry.
But again, we both said this was the right decision for Andre. He made the right decision, and again, he's not going to be lacking for money. So Illinois did all the right things here, I think. But yeah, just we can simultaneously love the pitch. This was the pitch you needed to make. It was a great pitch. You got him, and also admit like you're not a national title favorite now. But I think here's the elephant in the room. I think there are Illinois fans that, with this in the fold, believe they are a top 5 team in the country next year, Cart.
But that's good, though.
Why?
I think a rational belief can be good at times.
Like, what is Illinois' ceiling next year, though? Is this going to be because we know damn well we did this last
Let's
offseason.
go. It only took to April 29th to talk about Illinois ceiling. We are so back.
We did this exact same exercise last damn offseason where we were called crazy for believing that team was not a top 10 team in the country, the most talented Illinois team ever. This year's team is certainly older. My interpretation of last year versus this year for Illinois is this. Next year's team has a way higher floor. I don't think you're going to see the crazy fluctuations between good and bad that we saw with last year's Illinois team. You're starting a bunch of 21-year-olds. I think Petro is going to really stabilize things in the backcourt. I think Big T may be one of the best centers in the country. Andrej Stojakovic is obviously very good. I got some defensive questions, and I do have like a who is the go-to guy question still, because I think both Big T and Andre would be better served as being the second guy than the first guy. But all in all, higher floor, maybe slightly lower ceiling than the team that had a lottery pick and another first round pick last year, and Big T was the third best player. Um, is that fair? And I guess, do you think there's a gap between how you and I are perceiving Illinois with Andre versus how Illinois fans are?
I don't think so, to be honest with you. I think everyone should feel like the floor is a lot higher for this team. Um, Now with the ceiling talks coming in, I think that this team, should be like a top. Obviously, I think it should be a top 4 team in the conference. I think that should be the goal. I think the ceiling is the second best team in the conference.
But there's a gap there because I agree. I have Illinois 2-4. I think Purdue's clearly ahead. Then it's like Illinois, UCLA, Michigan. In some order, however you want to order it, fine. Illinois fans, if we're saying that's the ceiling, I think Illinois fans would say, no, our ceiling is we win the Big Ten. We're better than Purdue. And I'm seeing some say it's us and Purdue. And then there's a gap to everything else. So are we missing the boat here? Are they missing the boat? If Brad Underwood's quote is right, if Andrej Stojakovic is the missing piece to a national championship team, they would be in the category with Purdue. You and I are sitting here saying that's not true.
Hand up, Greg. We missed the boat
On what?
on everything. Illinois fans, Illinois staff, they never missed the boat. Catch them in the ball can see
I don't get what you're implying here.
that they go overseas to get players in a boat.
Okay. What does that mean?
That was just a joke that didn't land. But I think that I don't know, to be honest with you. I think there are some questions and concerns that you bring up. I also have like I thought there was someone I was talking to that brought up like last year there was a little bit of softness to Illinois' basketball team. I don't know if this team necessarily changes with the personnel they have. I know they're a lot older, but there always is somewhat of a stigma with overseas guys that they can be a little bit tentative at times. So not saying that's a thing, but as good as they should feel about their roster and floor ceiling, whatever conversation you want to have, I do think the concerns about the roster need to be brought up, and I don't see those being brought up as much.
So
Good
what's their
roster,
ceiling?
huh?
What's their ceiling? Like, because I agree, this roster rocks. It's fun. It's good. Really high floor to me. I question
Uh,
the ceiling.
so I don't think this could be a Final Four team. I think it could make an Elite Eight run. I also think that. Oh, I don't know. I want to say there's a world where they win the Big Ten, but I don't know if I believe it.
I mean, Purdue is just so good. They're going to be the number one team in the country. So
Yeah,
this is basically, do you believe Illinois can be like a top five-ish team in the country? Because respectfully, even if Purdue doesn't live up to their wildest expectations here, if you have Illinois like 10th nationally, they're a step back from Purdue. Purdue is a bona fide top three team in the sport.
yeah.
I would-
I think Illinois' ceiling nationally falls somewhere with like 9 to 14 range.
Yeah, I think if all goes well, they crack the top 10. And to me, that's still like second in this league.
Yeah,
And that's not a national title contender. It's like
yeah,
a make a March run contender.
yep.
Now, if they pull a haymaker late, which there is some rumoring going on, if they got one more big fish late, I would change my opinion on that.
Who's a big fish?
I don't have a name for you. They were on Jameer Watkins' list originally. He's going to be a late decision. Uh, if there's money around, like some people believe that Illinois has saved a sizable amount of money in case Will Riley wants to come back. And if that is true, whether or not Will Riley actually comes back, if you had Will Riley coming back money to spend on another late ad, then we'd be talking national title contender, I think. You drop a Jameer Watkins or a Will Riley on this team, I'm totally fine saying that.
Yeah, I feel good about that too.
Yeah. All right. I guess we'll see where it goes.